What is up, everybody? It's your boy Nerdicane. I think I got good lighting now. I think I've kind of figured out how to do the lighting here in the Nerdicave. Thank you for tuning in. This is another comic book review. This is Alien vs. Predator Thicker Than Blood #1, which probably should have just been called Alien plus Predator plus Women versus Men. We'll get into that in just a second. Holy crap. There's only the Alien and Predator, the lore is actually pretty deep. I watched a lot of videos going into in depth on the lore. You know, Prometheus and the beginning of the Aliens, and then the Dark Horse Aliens books. It's pretty deep. You know, other writers have done other interesting things with it. So I mean, go check those out on YouTube. It's very interesting fan base. It's a very interesting lore. The fan base doesn't deserve this book. It doesn't deserve this low level of effort in a book. This was written by Jeremy Barlow. Jeremy Barlow does modern Disney. He writes some of the new modern Disney Star Wars books. So that shows you. You know, you think about. Oh God, who was that one guy who wrote the books and then he got kicked off, and Solomon Ahmed, who just can't help but project his wealth envy into the books. So he's kind of that ilk. So I haven't read the book. These Disney books, these Disney Star Wars books, the EU or their version of the extended universe. I really don't read them because the first couple of them really just put me off. They were just boring. I remember when Star Wars had really good writers. And it had really good writers plus Timothy Zahn, and I really looked forward to Star Wars novels. But let's get into this. I tried to look up Jeremy Barlow on Twitter, but apparently his account has been suspended for rules violations, which I found funny. But there's credit where credit's due. The art in this is actually very good. It does kind of a switcheroo. It starts out like this with this type of manga art style. Doug Wheatley, go check out his art. His art is actually, I kind of like his art. It starts out with this sort of manga, then you realize it's this kid who was just watching an anime, and it's kind of revealed later that he is actually what do they call him? A synthetic, an android in the alien world. So you get to this situation where it's this cruise liner. They're driving, they're piloting this cruise liner, and they went into predator space, and the predators have gotten on board, and now they're killing them. And I didn't know that's what the predators did. I didn't know they were Klingons, that they, fiercely protected their space and things like that. But you get the situation where it shows up on the Lido deck, and it's just starting to kill people, and it's pretty gruesome. I mean, it's what you would expect from an AVP. An AVP is just like aliens versus predators, and then the humans in between are just fodder. So we start here with this, this kid, and he's already getting yelled at by women, by his older sister. I am gonna skip this page because it's just people getting killed. So his parents sent him to pick her up, get her out of there, and because the predator is on board. Look at this, man! Oh my God! If a female character was treated the way that these female characters are treating the male characters, especially like a little brother, people would have problems with this. People would have huge problems with this. But since there is a very distinct double standard in the writing of sci-fi and especially comic books nowadays, you get away with it. So yeah, the Predator's already killed like a lot of the family, a lot of the crew, has booby-trapped them. Look at this. Look at the mom. There's the mom. Shades of Sigourney Weaver. She's brave in the face of this crisis. Look at the dad right here. He's just given up, just sitting there, just broken. And of course he caused all this. He wanted to get what did he say? Like he wanted to scan the area or some stuff like that. Whatever. Men stuff, things men do that screw everything up. And then he proceeds, like, she's, once again, the mother's being the alpha, the hero. And he's like, hey, we can use the android as bait. Once again, just simpering, just cowardly approaches. And look at this. Yeah, that's a man who's about to defend his family. Yeah, look at that. Drink that in. The only thing that would make this worse is if the art was bad. I mean, the art's okay. I mean, maybe these are traced photos, but even if that's traced photo, that's not bad. But yes, of course, he is gruesomely killed as he deserved. The now strong single woman who don't need no man actually gets a hit in on the predator, and I'll note this here. You don't see her die, so I imagine she's going to be like the team up character for the predator, and yeah, it is just. So it's basically just them escaping, and then at the end you realize that they show this. There's a predator or an alien, a xenomorph, and that's where it starts up. And really, the AVP series, the lore, and the loyalty of the fan base behind this shared universe between the two franchises, between Aliens and Predator. Really, it deserves better than this type of just, we know you're fans, so we're going to cash grab with this very shoddily written, just slapdash kind of put together book that we've put out. Dark Horse. Dark Horse really isn't what they used to be. Dark Horse, I remember I used to look forward to Dark Horse comics. They were kind of like your edgy cousin, Your Marvel and DC and Image were, they were your siblings, but then Dark Horse was kind of your cool edgy cousin, like in Always Sunny. But yeah, that's all I got for this one. I can't recommend it. It's just all of the anti-male, just all of the it just took me out of the whole thing. I mean, look at let me get back to this. Hopefully this will be the thumbnail at the end. Yeah. I'm just going to hold it there for a little while. I kind of want this to be the thumbnail for this video. It's pretty awful, but that's all I got for this one. I cannot recommend this. I can't remember. I really can't remember the last time I ever recommended a Dark Horse book. Maybe it was like one of those Hellboy spin-off books was the last time I actually enjoyed a Dark Horse book. But I'll see what I can find. I'll see if I can find a Dark Horse book that I like, or an Alien book that I like, or a Predator book that I like. But it looks good. The colors are good. The art is good. I don't know, maybe these are 3D models or things like that, but it's actually done really well. It's printed on good paper. It feels good. Just the way men are portrayed. I've said this before in other videos, you don't elevate the female characters. And I know that's what you want to do. You don't elevate the female characters by demoting the male characters. You elevate them by having them stand shoulder to shoulder, and that's equal. That's equality. That's probably what you thought you were doing in this book, but it actually isn't what you did with the story. You've actually, I mean, look at that. Oh, look at that. He's just like, I just want to get out of here and get a soy latte. Oh, I can't believe I screwed... Well, actually, I can believe I screwed all this up because I'm a male. I'm a man. I always screw everything up. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to die in the next panel. You guys, hit a like, subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. This is my last panel. Goodbye.